Heyo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome to FIFA 18, the first career mode series that we're going to be getting into. And before we actually get into this series, let me just kind of take a second to put FIFA 17 to rest. And by to rest, I mean just bury the sucker. I mean, we're done with FIFA 17. I was not shy at all in saying that FIFA 17 was not quite possibly, it was my least favorite FIFA game ever. I absolutely despised that game. It was a disgrace of a game from EA's standpoint, where with all the glitches and things that were happening that ruined a couple of series preemptively for us throughout the course of the year. I didn't like the gameplay on the field. I didn't like the things that happened off the field as far as, you know, the technical glitches and things. I hated FIFA 17, and I'm really hoping FIFA 18 goes a little bit better for us. So here we are with our first series in FIFA 18, and as voted on by you guys in the Twitter poll that I put up, you guys want to see me stick in the MLS and try to complete a series here at home in the United States. In FIFA 17, it didn't go so well. I got in, I think I got a season and a half in with the Sounders, and it just wasn't working. The game was not set up for the MLS in FIFA 17. My one true hope, and you guys know this, I did an entire video on this, is that I hope that FIFA 18 will be better for the MLS, and we're going to find out right away. Now, as far as the team selection goes, I was always going to do an expansion team in the MLS. They're the fresh teams coming in, so I thought it would be appropriate to jump on board with one of these two teams. Atlanta, in real life, is actually a pretty freaking good team. Their offense is unbelievable. I really didn't think it was necessary to get in and start messing with that team, as they, like I said, they're already pretty decent. Plus, that would mean I'd have Brad Guzan on my team, and I'm not ready for that kind of stress just yet in FIFA 18. We're not going to go off on that kind of foot. So, we're going to put Atlanta aside. We're going to be jumping in with what might be the worst team in the MLS. At least defensively, they most certainly are, and that is going to be Minnesota United. And here is the team that we're looking at to start off with here in Minnesota. And in case you're wondering, no, nothing's changed as far as where we start a career mode series in the MLS in FIFA 18. We're still starting in February, which means we have 5 full months of gameplay to get through before we actually hit our first transfer window, which will be coming up in July and August in the summer. So we have this team right here for 5 months. This might be the most difficult task and possibly the worst team that I've ever had to start a career mode series. This is not going to be easy. Starting out up top, we have Christian Ramirez, one of the very few bright spots on this team so far in real life for Minnesota. A pretty decent talent. However, at 71 overall and already 25 years old, I'm not sure there's really too much room for growth, and I don't think EA's probably done him any favors. This is the MLS after all. They don't really go too high on potential for players in the MLS. So Christian Ramirez is good, but eventually we will be looking for an improvement over him. In behind Ramirez, we have the best player on the team, and the one player I'm really looking forward to actually using is Kevin Molino. I've had him before at Orlando in FIFA 16. He is a very decent player and the highest rated player on the team. He's in here at cam now. He used to be a wide midfielder. I think he can still play out wide if we need him to. 3-star, doesn't have lightning speed, but is a very solid player. On the left-hand side, we have Ibarra, and I do like Ibarra. I really do. He's got 4-star skill moves, which I like in a wide midfielder. Not blistering pace either. 76, not great. I do like myself a pacey midfielder, or a pacey wide midfielder, that is. But he is a very decent player as well. At 26 years old though, and 67 overall, again, the potential is probably not there for him to grow very much. On the right hand side is Ethan Finley. Now, if there's one thing that Ethan Finley has, it's pace. 89 sprint speed, 88 acceleration, very nice. Where he's lacking is the technical attributes though. His skills are not great. 3-star player, you know, just generic MLS, typical EA stuff. But either way, high work rates, he's all right. You know what? He'll definitely be serviceable for at least the first half of the season. And that pretty much concludes any bright spots there may be on this team. The farther we work back towards the defense, the worse this is going to get. In the midfield, we have, I think he's Brazilian. He is Ibson. He's a veteran player. just no. Yeah. I mean, he's all right, but we're going to be looking to upgrade on that. Sam Cronin is a really good veteran MLS player. Spent a few seasons, I know, in Colorado. He's been around. He's, again, he's all right. The defense, it's just getting worse from here. I don't even heard of this dude. I don't even know how to say his. Is it just Joe? What is it? He's from Gambia. I don't know how to say that dude's name at all. Calvo's a okay center back, but he's 5'11". He probably has a little bit of potential. He's 71 overall at 24 years old, but at 5'11", I don't know if he's really gonna be my type of defender. He doesn't have the pace to play out wide. I know he says he can play left back, but I don't know. I honestly, we're probably gonna have to rebuild this entire defense. I don't even know who this guy is. Thiessen is meh. And then Shuttleworth, he's all right. I mean, again, another veteran presence in this team, but I mean, honestly, is he really even very much better than a backup at this point? I don't think so. We're definitely gonna have to upgrade on Shuttleworth. On the bench, the one, maybe two bright spots, Nicholson looks like a pretty decent player at 22 years old and 68 overall. He probably has a little bit of potential to him, so I'm definitely going to be getting him on the field. Plus, he's got some decent pace as well, 86 sprint speed, 90 acceleration, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I like the look of Nicholson a lot, and I've always been at least a little bit of a fan of Venegas. He can definitely do a job in there. Probably not any potential to him either, as he's 28 years old at 67 overall, but you know what? He's a decent player. The rest of the team, well, yeah, there they are. Nothing really to write home about. I think the only other player with maybe a little bit of potential is Dunladi at 21 years old. He might get into the low 70s. I'm not sure, but yeah, we've got a really big job ahead of us. So now that we've met the team, let's get into the couple of rules that we're going to be putting in place per usual for my MLS series. We're going to have the designated player rule. Of course, we have to do that. Otherwise, it just completely breaks the MLS. We can't be doing that. So for Minnesota, I'm looking at the contracts here. In real life, they have no designated players. They actually didn't sign a single designated player for their first season. So that makes a lot of sense for us. I'm going to go ahead and set the designated player wage cap at $15,000 per week. So any player that makes more than $15,000 per week would be classified as a designated player. Obviously, like I said, we don't have any right now. Kevin Molino's the highest earner at $10,000 per week. He's really not even close to being a designated player. So we have 3 designated player spots as per real life rules in the MLS. And we have really our choice to put anyone in there that we want. Also, the players that we're going to be bringing into this team, I want to try to keep as realistic as possible. So I'm not going to go out and sign some, ridiculous player like a Neymar on a pre-contract. Not going to happen. Even though we have a designated player spot available, that's a completely unrealistic signing for us, including players like Christian Pulisic or DeAndre Yedlin. I know they're American. I love them a lot. DeAndre Yedlin's one of my favorite players, but that move would not make sense for them. They would absolutely not sign on to move to Minnesota United, of all teams, in the MLS at this point in their career. So if we get big players, they're probably going to be veteran players in their late 20s, early 30s, if we're going to bring in high-rated veteran players. So I want to try to keep this series, like I said, as realistic as we possibly can. Now, as far as the expectations go for this team, they're not set very high, which, fair enough. It's an expansion team, and I wouldn't say they did the best job of building this team for their first season, but it is what it is. But for the youth academy, we will have a small youth academy going. I'll probably get one scout, put him in the United States, and see what happens. We have to sign one player that's a forward, shouldn't be too difficult, and then grow one player by 5 overall points. And as soon as they've grown, play them in 5 matches, when we're probably going to be looking for players with at least a little bit of potential to them. So I'll be willing to be giving some young players a chance, so that shouldn't be too difficult. Brand exposure, it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's a possible way I could get fired this season. I could finish dead last in the league, probably still have a job next season, which is probably what's going to happen to Minnesota in real life anyway. But either way, financial, this is the only one that's even a little bit significant, and that's within 3 seasons, increase the club worth by 50%. So pretty much throughout the entirety of this career mode, increase the club worth by 50%. And even if we make 1 or 2 playoff runs, I think that should be enough to get that one done. So I'm not even really worried about that one at all. Domestic success, make a run for the playoffs, we'll see how that goes. It's a low priority, very low priority, so they don't even really care. They're just saying, hey, you know, if you can get around to it, see what you can do. See if you can make the playoffs. You know, just throwing it out there. So I feel you. We'll see how it goes. Again, well, I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but we'll give it our best shot. And for the U.S. Open Cup, reached the round of 16, which with 22 teams in the MLS, and the MLS the only league competing in the U.S. Open Cup, I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed a spot in the round of 16 anyway. Alright, so normally I would not do a preseason tournament with an MLS team because they don't exist in the MLS. We have preseason games, but we don't ever take part in a preseason tournament of sorts. So I will never be doing a preseason tournament from now on. But seeing as how I've never played a second of FIFA 18, not one single in-game moment, I decided to go for a preseason tournament this season just so I could have one game to get myself acclimated to the playstyle of FIFA 18 before getting into games that actually matter. So I went ahead and I played Orlando City. We won 1-0 in a very sloppy game. I'm very, very rusty with FIFA 18. So we'll see what happens when we get into the actual regular season. But from now on, I'm going to simulate the rest of the preseason tournament, and I'll let you know how it goes. So somehow we've made it all the way to the final of this preseason tournament, pretty much using the team that you see there on the screen. I don't know how this is possible. We just knocked out Atlanta in the semifinal on pens. We're into the final against Monterrey. Pretty much all the money we get from this tournament is going to go straight into the scouting network, so it's not like we're really gaining anything from this anyway, except for pretty much free scouts. But we'll see if we can't pick up the victory in the final here. We're actually unbeaten in this tournament. I have no idea how this is possible, but yeah, Monterrey's a little bit of a different beast. We've gone up against all MLS opponents, by the way, as well. I don't think, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's kind of how I expected it to go, but it was a good run. Can we get a, not even a goal? Oh, that's fine. You know what? I'm proud of the team. I didn't even think we were gonna get out of the group stage. We got all the way to the final. I'll take that. So as we are approaching the start of the regular season now, I'm really not happy with where this team is at. Depth-wise, we're in trouble. Center back is an area of need, as well as right back. I think very glaring needs in those positions. I've gone ahead and scouted pretty much every free agent I thought might be able to help us. And I think we found a couple of interesting players here. Specifically, I like Ryan McGowan. 69 rated. He's 6'3", can play center back or right back. Really fills a need on this team. So I'm going to start out with trying to go after him. Now in FIFA 18, if you didn't know, the way you sign players is a little bit different. You get these nice little cutscenes and things like that where you hash out the specifics of a contract. So his agent is present, as well as Mr. McGowan there. So let's go ahead and start these negotiations. He wants $10K per week, or $10,000 per week in wages. You know what? That he is a starting quality center back on this team. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna counter that. Oh, it's just the squad role right now. So crucial. You know what? I accept a crucial first team player. Honestly, he is gonna be a crucial first team player. So let's go ahead. I like that. I agree. He's a crucial first team player on this team. What else we have? How many years do you want to sign for us? What's he gonna say about that one? Oh, I have the option to offer it to him. I'm gonna offer him a 2-year contract. We'll see what he says. I want to sign him on a 2-year contract. What are you gonna do about that? This actually takes a freaking long time. I'm gonna keep skipping this thing. That's what they're after. Okay, good. 2 years nailed down. Next, move on. This actually takes quite a long time if you watch all the cutscenes. I'm not gonna no release clause. No release clause. No one else is gonna come in and sign for him. So that's not a problem. The wages. How much are we gonna offer him in wages? He's gonna want around 10,000. I'm gonna offer him. I feel like he's an $8.5 thousand per week in wages. Let's go with that. You know, we'll give him a nice little signing bonus of $50,000. You know, let's go with that. Let's see what he says. Let's offer him that. What's he gonna say about that? He's gonna say weekly wage of 8.6K and an $84,000 bonus and $165,000 after 15 appearances. Wow, this is a really detailed contract stuff we have going on here. I like it a lot. You know what? After 15 appearances, that's doable. I don't think it's going to cut into our budget too much. Let's go ahead and get this done. I need another starting center back on this team. I like the look of McGowan. Let's get him into Minnesota United. Our first signing in Minnesota is going to be free agent Ryan McGowan. Up next, we're going to go after right back Pedro Velasco. We had other higher rated right backs that I found in free agency, but I think this guy at 23 years old has decent potential to him. So I think it might be a little bit of a hidden gem. So let's go ahead and get him signed up. This is tricky. You know what? $6,200 in wages, $80,000 signing bonus. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and get Pedro Velasquez in. So we're already making improvements to the defense. I think significant improvements here. This is definitely going to help us this season. And I am going to go for one more player here. And it's strictly for depth reasons. We have to get another center mid into this team. We only have 3 players that are center mids in the entire team. We have to have at least one more to start the season. So I'm going to go for Archimedes Figueroa. Man, it's killing me with that stuff right now. Okay, we'll go 8.6. Like I said, I mean, I'm up against the wall on this one. I have to have another midfielder in the team. I didn't have a whole lot of room to negotiate on that one. So we'll take that. He's not the greatest player, but at least we have something in the team now. We have one last thing to do before we start the regular season. We are actually going to play a regular season game today, and that is hire a youth scout at $1.1 million. That's pretty much all of the money we got from that preseason tournament. So we're going to go ahead and hire Pierre Taylor, and we're going to go ahead and set up a scouting network. We're just going to put him in the United States. Can we put him in Canada? I'd be tempted to switch to Canada at some point, see what we can find up there, but for now, it's just going to be the United States. Let's set him up for 6 months, the first half of the season. We're going to look for any type of player. Honestly, we need players everywhere. That's not a secret. So let's go ahead and set up that scouting network. So now we are set for the first game of the regular season. We are away to Portland. In real life, this didn't go so well for Minnesota. I think they got shellacked like 6-1 or something. I mean, it was a slaughter in their first game. Really, really not good for Minnesota. Hopefully, we can do a little bit better. I mean, if we could pull a point away from Portland at Providence Park, that was a lot of P's in that sentence. But if we could get 1 point from this, I would be ecstatic. All right, here we go. Full MLS graphic package and everything. I like it, you know. That's got me pumped up to play some MLS in FIFA 18. I'm not going to lie. That looked really, really nice. It's way better than the generic junk we usually get. So, you know, that's the first win for the MLS in FIFA 18. I'll give it to him. That looked really, really good. This is actually really nice. Here we go. Ibsen. Out wide. Beautiful ball. Good find for Nicholson. He's going to have to hold it up, though. Pulls it. I tried to pull it back for Christian Ramirez. Wasn't a good enough pass. Man, we're struggling right now. I mean, Portland hasn't done anything either, which is good. Molino, good pass for Finley. Finley, you got to be faster than Chara. You are. Finley, ball in. There is Christian Ramirez getting the first shot, I think, of the entire game. And I think Gleason tipped that wide. That was actually a good shot from Ramirez. All right. We actually have some big boys in there. Let's see if we can find one of them on this cross. I think that's Ramirez. Ah, they put Fernando Addy on the line and it hit Addy and bounced away. Okay, come on, boys. Let's defend. Oh, Valeri. Okay, they're pushing it back. Oh, Addy's starting. Oh, it hit the post. That was so freaking close. Was that Valeri? I don't even know who that was. That's halftime. Oh, that was the best chance of the first half. Oh, this is a problem. That's a big problem. That's a really bad play for me. Oh, don't lunge. Don't lunge at all. Do not lunge at Addy. He will go down in a heartbeat in the box. Nagby. Oh, it's wide. That was close. Get that ball in for Ibsen. Ibsen looking for Molino. Molino for Cronin. Get that back for Molino. Molino hits that. That was not bad. That was a really, really good shot for Molino. Oh, no. No. Oh, he was offsides. He was offsides. Oh, and it was Chara as well. I swear if Chara scores the game winner against me in stoppage time in my first game, I'm going to freaking retire. That was so close to being a good goal. Wow, that was unbelievably unlucky for Portland there. And you know what? I'm almost tempted to just, yeah, let's just take the point. A 0-0 draw against Portland. Oh, we barely got out of that with our lives. So, seeing as how that first game, there was not a lot of action. I don't think there was 10 shots between the two teams. So, we're going to go ahead and go it again. We're gonna play another one here. We're off to New England for our second game in the rain. I'm not going to make any changes because honestly, well, you've seen the depth on this team. I don't have many options. So, we're just going to stick with what we have. And let's see if we can pick up another point. You know what? Every game on the road with this team to start out with until we hit the first transfer window. So, the first half of the season, every game on the road, we're just looking for a point. All right, game number 2. We're already off to a better start in this season than Minnesota got off to in real life. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see if we can't make it 2 points from 2 games on the road here. Nicholson flying forward with this ball. Cuts it inside, has the shot. You know what? I'll take it. Not a long shot, Maestro, by any means, but that's a positive start to this match. I'll take that. Well, here we go. Now Ramirez. Back for Molino. Molino's going to have a shot. Woo! That was a good shot from Molino. That was a good, strong effort. Good save from Knighton, though. Uh-oh. Oh, Farrell. Oh, that's bad. Oh, good job, Finley. Good job. Finley has been heroic tracking back so far. I like his work rates a lot. He does a really good job getting back on defense. And now he's flying forward on offense. Also really, really like to see that. Oh, he's got Molino. Molino has to finish. Molino does. Makes the run. The late run from Kevin Molino. And our star player thus far, he's the highest rated player on the team, gets us our first goal of the season and of the franchise, really, in the MLS. It's Kevin Molino from Ethan Finley. Great counterattack. And we've got our first lead as well. 1-0 up on the road. One touch, that's it. Oh, Agudelo. Nice move. Gets the shot. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think that was Christian Nemeth on the goal for New England. What a finish. It didn't look very good. It wasn't a pretty goal. I mean, the finish, it looked really soft. But well placed, I guess. The finesse from the top of the box, first time. Okay, well, I'll have another look at that. What could we have done differently there? I mean, Agudelo absolutely sold. I think that was Cronin in the midfield. It's just a well-placed finish from Nemeth. All right, 1-1. Back to square one. Nicely done. In there for Molino. Molino turns away. Oh, Molino still on it. I don't know how Molino kept control of that. Honestly, I really don't. Gets that pass away for Ramirez. What a turn from Ramirez, and he scores! That was a little bit lucky in the midfield. Kofi and Kuyase in their center defensive mid positions. Wow, are they a brick wall. Finally, they made one mistake. Molino stayed on that. What a turn from Christian Ramirez, though. Can we get another look at the turn he put on that defender? The pass from Molino here. Beautiful. That turn was sick. And he has the strength and size to hold off that defender. What a goal from Ramirez. That was a great individual effort. We got the lead back. Oh, New England is pushing numbers forward here towards the end. Please get there. Oh, that took a deflection and ended up right to Shuttlesworth. Is that it? Is that the final? It's the final whistle. Whew. Wow. That was an intense one. That was really, really, really close. Well played from New England. Oh, wow. Well, it held up. We held it all together for 90 minutes, and we got our first win. Undefeated through 2 games with Minnesota is not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'll take it. We definitely played better in this game. That's definitely an improvement over our first outing. So that is where we're going to end this first episode. A pretty decent one, to be honest. When I first got in and saw that roster, wasn't impressed. I really thought we were going to be in a lot of trouble early on in the season. But the free agents we picked up have definitely helped, at least McGowan and Velasquez. I think they've done a really, really, really good job. Or Velasco. Pedro Velasco, not Velasquez. Is Velasco? I'll have to learn his name. I haven't really remembered his name, but that's okay. They did well. They've definitely helped that defense a lot. And we're undefeated through 2 games, which is a lot more than what I expected, especially considering we started off with the first 2 games on the road. Now, after 2 days of rest, we're going to come home and play Atlanta to start next episode. That could be interesting. They definitely have one of the better offenses in the league. And actually, where are they in the table? 2nd place. Great. Yeah, that's That's a good sign, isn't it? That's fantastic. But you know what? We'll deal with it. We'll figure out a way to deal with Atlanta's high-powered offense. But the question I have for you guys is, should we have a look at maybe switching the formation? I feel like Christian Ramirez is very, very isolated by himself in the formation that we're running. I'm thinking of maybe pushing a couple players a little further forward, maybe switching to a 4-3-3. I'm not sure. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are and any suggestions you have down in the comments below. But that's it for this one. If you did enjoy it and you're looking forward to this Minnesota career mode in FIFA 18, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you when we come back for some more Minnesota career. See you.